Welcome to the 5th episode of Missing in Action Preview, where we will look at a Missing in Action compilation from JRS software. It is a re-release of a keyword software compilation called Spectacular Games and Utilities, which is also Missing in Action. All JRS software did was to rename the compilation to Pot-Pourri and change keyword software to JRS software in the programs. The compilation includes 4 programs, 2 games and 2 utilities. 2 of these are missing in action, being the game Track and Attack and the utility Char-Wallah. According to spectrumcomputing.co.uk, the JRS software version of the second game Blackjack is also missing in action. That is however not so, as it hides under keyword software's Blackjack in the form of a Z80 file. The only program on this tape which is online in its original version from keyword software is Superscript. So in this episode we will look at the 2 programs that isn't online from either keyword software or JRS software, being a Z, Track and Attack and Char-Wallah. In the follow-up part in this video, I have some updates on Swedish Arnsvik data and Danish Graffiti software that were featured in the 3rd episode of Missing in Action Preview. But let us first load those 2 Missing in Action programs from Pot-Pourri. Let's load the Missing in Action game Track and Attack from the Pot-Pourri compilation. This is what the instruction says about the game. Helicopters fly around the scene in a sequence of randomly selected paths. Your task is to align the laser weapon sight so as to hit the helicopters. Use cursor control keys 5, 6, 7 and 8 to move the sight around the screen. The earlier you shoot down the helicopters after they first appear, the higher your score. Your possible score for each helicopter decreases to 0 as it reaches the end of its flight. Beware, occasionally one of your own helicopters appears with no distinguishing marks. Sounds like fun. Doesn't mention how to shoot, maybe it shoots automatically. Even a loading screen, nice. No shooting, and I wasn't ready. I've tried better games. I think this is a little bit too easy. Unless it speeds up at some point. Alright. So the idea is to get as many points as possible in a time limit. For another game, enter P. That's not fair. You need a bit of luck to avoid that it's one of our own helicopters. That's a bit unfair. Come on. That is an annoying feature. They should have left out. The time limit makes it a better game than I first thought it would be, because it seems very easy. But with the time limit, it's got some kind of challenge. Yeah. Well, it's nothing compared to JRS's own game, Airport 82, which is one of the first games that I played on the Spectrum, where you had to clear the runway for a plane to land by chopping down trees and shooting birds and all sort of stuff. That feature they should have left out. That's annoying. Or make a tiny difference. Come on. Twice in one game. Dragon Attack, JRS Software Limited. What is that? Graphics in 970. it's gone. It was from the game, of course. Well, I've tried better games, but it's very nice to find a missing in action game. And I guess the only modification is that they put in those RAM lines at the start from the original from keywords software. I'll stop it here. Let's try and load that missing in action utility, Char-Wallah. Sounds like it's some graphics that can be taken and used in your own programs. That's it. Alright, you can use those numbers to build it in to your own program with a routine in the instructions. You can make it act like sprites. I'll end it here. Just 1 minute. No mentions of authors. That's it. Bye. In this follow-up part, we will go back and look at some of the mentioned tapes from the Missing in Action Preview episode 3. In that episode, we looked at some tapes from Swedish Arnsvik data, which were Starblazer and a mystery tape. I wasn't able to load that mystery tape, therefore I could not preserve it. But the guy behind Arnsvik data, Björn Arnsvik, who I've come into contact with because of that Missing in Action Preview video, had an extra copy of the game, which he was so kind and gifted me. That version even has a nice tape label, which my unloadable copy don't have. And even better, it loaded, so that I was able to preserve it. You can download it at spectrum.co.uk. Another tape I mentioned in that episode was a Danish compilation from Graffiti software, which contained the Arnsvik data versions of the games done by John Prince, being Spirits and Stormfighters. Björn looked through his old phone lists and informed me that the guy running Graffiti software was Peter Erfurt. That is really thrilling information for me as a Dane. He also told me that the owner of JRS software, with who he also had contact back then, was John R. Stubbs, which explains the JRS in JRS software. But back to that Graffiti software compilation. Björn confirmed that it was a proper release and that he allowed Peter Erfurt to use his versions for the compilation. However, I have never been able to load my copy of that compilation either. But again, Björn came to the rescue, sending me another copy of that one as well, which loaded, and have now also been preserved. Incredibly pleased with all this. A huge thank you to Björn. Another little nice info is that John Prince himself added the Arnsvik Data logo in the games and provided the tapes for Arnsvik Data and Graffiti software, meaning all they had to do was to add an inlay to go along with the tape. Finally, if you have any information about JRS software, Keyword software, John Prince software, Arnsvik Data, or Graffiti software, all featured in this episode, then let us know in the comments. See you all in the next Missing in Action preview video.